All right, y'all, so we are going to take you through a townhome that we recently listed, and hopefully we're going to get under contract here pretty soon, here in Daniel Island, and we are in Pierce Park on Pierce Street. And this was honestly, I've sold this thing, I guess, about 20 years ago. It was probably the third or fourth sale I ever made, and I sold two of these in the same week, and I remember feeling so good about that. But these are in Marsh, which is a complex, kind of a townhome complex that's backs up to the Wando River. And again, we're going to walk you through it and kind of show you how this thing sets up. I really like these townhomes, always have. You know, hardy plank exterior, so you've got, you know, wood cement composite, and you know, easy to maintain. And then you have the thing I like about it is the split living. So you come in and you've got a nice foyer. And obviously the steps going up to the kitchen and on up to the master. Heart pine floors. And then you have a kind of a step down here, a couple of steps, and you go into an area that's, you know, down the hall. You've got 2 bedrooms and a full bath. This home has an elevator already in it. They have a little office that they built. My client's a big Cincinnati Bearcats fan, among other teams. And that's a little office they built. You've got a garage over here. They've got their golf cart and everything else in here, nice and dry. And then elevator right there, which we will not call, but the elevator is it's a 3-stopper. And then you come in, you know, tile floor. That's just a closet. You've got a full bath downstairs. And they have maintained this thing in such great shape. You know, mostly original as far as the bathrooms go, but again, in phenomenal shape. And you have 2 bedrooms that are serviced by that bathroom. Yeah, they have their setup. You know, they got a big piano down here, and use this kind of, you know, as a kind of an all-purpose room over the years. Then this one, this bedroom has access out to the porch. We got a little fire pit. And then you got steps that go up to the deck, which I'll take you and show you in just a second. You know, the thing that's one of the things I really love about it, obviously, is the long views out to the Wando River, as you can see when I do that. And then it backs up to one of the 24 miles of biking and walking trails on Daniel Island. Let's see if I can zoom in on that. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that is a trail that connects to the downtown part of Daniel Island. And again, you can access it from right in the backyard. So step back in, stepping up. And then basically, I would say this bedroom's a little bit bigger. That looks like a queen, potentially a full. And they're big wine folks. And then, you know, again, continuing with that antique or heart pine, Caribbean pine, it's sometimes called, flooring. And then you come up to a dining room, which they have already removed some of their furniture in plans with their move. And then this one's different. So some of these are not going to have, some of these are just going to have, maybe to the edge of that chair, you're going to have a little hallway. This one is the bigger of the units and has kind of what I call a pop-out room. So you can see where they've kind of set up some sofas, and then you can see potentially, you can see through the next one over there does not have pop-out, and then the one past that does have a pop-out room. So I think in an ideal scenario, you have one that has a pop-out room. It gives you certainly some extra living space. You got a powder bath. And then to the left is the elevator. That left is just a closet. Again, 3-stop elevator. And I'm very smart of the developer when he built these to have built elevator shafts in them. So I think this is built in, let's say, 2003. So yeah, 20 years ago, man. 20 years gets by you pretty quick. Very, very thankful that to have clients like Ken and Faye. They've been wonderful people to get the help over the years. So again, you can kind of see how this flows back into the dining room. Then right here, you've got a walk-in pantry. And only with the in units, like this unit, do you have this side grilling area. And then we were just down on the ground, as you can see the green down there. That's where I was standing a few minutes ago. Make sure we get them locked up. Gas fireplace, gas cook range, stainless steel appliances. And they have some pretty big furniture in here. It's a big sectional, and there's still a lot of room to move around, to position other furniture. And this goes out to the screen porch, which you get a lot of use out of. Beautiful oak trees. I love Daniel Island. I know many of you have watched my videos over the years. I'm a huge fan of what they've done out here, the developers, and the way it all sets up. I think it's just a great place to live, especially if you like to walk everywhere or bicycle. It really sets up well for that. All right, so let's go from here. Let's go upstairs and show you the master bedroom and all the living space that's up by the master. So, I think this house, this type of floor plan sets up well if you have guests. They are down on the main floor. You can be up here. You still have, as you'll see as I get up here and get some lights cut on. Oops, there we go. You still have a lot of living space up here that's off of the master. So you almost have like a second living room. And that's kind of how they've set theirs up. Go Bearcats, right? And then they have this as the laundry room. There's 2 laundry rooms in this unit. Down where he had his office set up earlier in the video is the second laundry room. It could be used, as a primary if you wanted to. Again, the final stop on the elevator is right there. And then this sets up right across the hall from the master bedroom. Master closets. Much more organized than mine. Then you even have a deck, and I'll show that to you in just a second, off of the master bedroom. And when I sold this thing, you had clear views to the river, but fortunately or unfortunately for the view, the oak tree has grown and kind of covers that up. And then again, you can see on down to there to the walking trails. But yeah, they have a couple of chairs set up out here, and if the right time of day, that's a great place to sit. Shower, and then the water closet.